Hi, I'm Tash. Welcome to Tash's Library. Today's video is going to be looking at some of the books that I find a little bit intimidating and am subsequently putting off to some extent. Now, these books are not necessarily all chunky books. They are intimidating for different reasons. So the first one is William Gibson's Neuromancer. This is a skinny little thing. This really won't take me long to read. This is meant to be a classic science fiction book that's all about cyber stuff, and it sounds really cool. I've heard such great things about it. However, my favorite science fiction novels are space operas, and this is not a space opera. So I'm a little bit scared that maybe this won't meet my expectations, that maybe I won't like it. And I'm terrified that I won't like it. And I don't know why I'm terrified, really, because I'm pretty sure I will like it. But anyway, that's my first intimidating novel. The second one is starting a new series. Now, this is Robin Hobbs' Assassin's Apprentice. So this is the first book in the Farseer trilogy, and then it becomes the first book of the whole realm of the Elderling. This is a massive 16-book series, so that's daunting in itself. However, it also has the added aspect of it being particularly emotional, I believe. Now, I am not good at sad books. I'm not good at books that really tug at the heartstrings. I don't read for that reason. I read for escapism, and I am terrified that I'm going to feel sad reading this. And therefore, I have put it off. And I can't believe I haven't read Robin Hobb yet. Everyone tells me I should read it, but I don't want to cry. I don't like crying when I read. I very seldom cry when I read. And I really don't feel like starting anytime soon. And therefore, I'm a little bit scared. However, the cover's so pretty. And I kind of just want to love this just so that I can buy all the books with these matching covers because they're beautiful. And I believe the writing style is gorgeous, and I am a sucker for a beautiful writing style. So I might have to suck it up. A third book that I have been putting off forever, and I have actually started this book, and I have read a portion of it a couple of times, and then I end up putting it aside because I can't get into it, and I don't know who's who, and I don't understand, and maybe I'm just too stupid for this book. But this is the Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien. Now, The Lord of the Rings is my all-time favorite book. I adore The Lord of the Rings. I've reread it so many times. I love everything about it, and I want to eat up everything from the Middle-earth lore. And I so badly want to read this book. And in fact, I've bought this special edition, which is absolutely gorgeous because it's got these beautiful lime green sprayed edges, and green's my favorite color. So I had to get this, and it will match my beautiful Lord of the Rings edition as well. Now, I'm hoping that this will encourage me to give this a go someday, but gosh, I'm terrified. And I don't know, maybe I need to read some sort of cheat sheet first. I get the names confused, and this is rare for me because I love reading epic fantasies with so many characters, and I don't get confused. But the Silmarillion is really written in a very different way. It's written more like a history, and there really isn't much dialogue or narrative in the same way. It's dry. It's dry, and I'm so scared that I'm just going to start it again, DNF it again. Don't know what the hell's going on, but yeah, I would love to have this one under my belt. Another series I'm a little bit intimidated by is Brandon Sanderson's The Way of Kings. Now I have the bind up, like the two separate books for Way of Kings. So this is just the way this edition has come out, which kind of makes it crazy chunky. So when I think about it, these are like two chunky books. And that's the first book. And you can probably see there, I've got the next two books as well. I haven't got the fourth book yet because, like, seriously, I haven't even started reading this. I have to wait, don't I? Why am I intimidated by this? Because I love Brandon Sanderson's writing. I really enjoy it. I tend to fly through it. And I don't know, maybe it's just a bit intimidating to read something so vast. That's another large series that I am starting. And maybe I feel like I need to read everything else in the Cosmere first. And there are a couple things I haven't read yet. So I don't know, but I'm fast running out of Brandon Sanderson. And at some point, I'm going to have to dip into this. And I've been putting it off for ages. I don't know why, because I've heard such amazing things about this one. The final series, it's the series that has been on my bookshelf the longest, really, without having been read. And this is the Lycanius Trilogy by James Islington. So it begins with the shadow of what was lost, and it is an entire trilogy. Now, the reason this is intimidating is because if you have a look at it, it's a chunk, right? I mean, I can barely like hold it, but it's massive. Like, look how big this series is. It's like bigger than my head. Once again, I'm not intimidated by large books, but what I have heard about this series is that it's so detailed that you really can't leave much time in between books. And so I feel like I'm not just committing to reading this book and getting through this little chunker, but it's the second I read this book, I'm then committing to the whole series in a short period of time. And I'm a little bit scared because I like variety, and I don't know why, because I've heard really good things about this and I'm actually dying to read it. And gosh, I'm going to prioritize this in 2023, I hope. And yes, I don't know. Please encourage me to read this because I don't know why it's been sitting on my shelf for so long. And that's just a few of them. There's probably others that I could pull out, but when I think about it, those are probably my top intimidating books. As you can see, it's for different reasons. Some of them because they may not fit my idea of genre. Some of them because they're super chunky. Some of them because they're major series commitments. Some of them because I'm worried about how I'm going to feel reading them. And some of them just because, gosh, they're difficult. Yeah. Let me know what your intimidating books are, and if you've got any gems of wisdom to encourage me to read any of these ASAP, please let me know. Thank you for watching, and until I see you next time, take care.